Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Miami Star Tarot and I am doing June 2020 love reading for earth signs. I have already done the readings for the water signs, the fire signs, and the air signs. So this is my last segment. I did the other three when I was in my backyard. It's been gorgeous here in Denver, Colorado. I know that I am Miami Star Tarot. I do live in Denver. I am from Miami, however, so that is why the name's different from my town. But if you live in Denver, you'll know last night was extremely stormy and rainy, and so therefore outside it is way too wet to try to do any tarot readings, and it's also just a little bit chilly. At least I'm a Miamian, so I like it really warm, so any temperature below 70 feels a little cold to me. Anywho, so now I am doing earth signs, and this will be the last of my segment. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, I don't know if I said it, thank you for visiting me here on my channel. I will be using the Romance Angel Oracles and the Rider-Waite Tarot. And we will start by shuffling the Romance Angels. So I am going to be reading for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgos. So something funny just happened. I just filmed the most awesome Earth segment a few minutes ago, and I forgot to turn on my microphone. So here we go, doing it again. All right, let's do one more shuffle, and then we'll pull one card for each sign. Let's see what we got. All right, so we've got children for Capricorns. Let go of control issues for Taurus. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Oh, I didn't read the little part right here for Capricorns. It says, children, your love life is being affected by children. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally for my Tauruses. And my Virgos have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. I've never seen that worded that way. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. All right, that is correct. I did read it correctly. All right, so I'm going to put that there. And I will start by shuffling my Rider-Waite Tarot card. And I am going to set aside Taurus and Virgo while I shuffle for Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. So earth signs in general tend to be very deep thinkers. Capricorn and Virgos specifically, I'm a Taurus, I'm a deep thinker, but I know that Capricorns and Virgos from experience tend to be people that are a little bit more serious, but they do have a tendency to analyze things and want things done a certain way. So let's see what happens in love for June 2020 for my earth signs. It's funny, I mentioned in another video, I am a Taurus, and you know, that's the sign that I've always associated with, but I've never truly felt like a Taurus. And you know, just not too long ago I realized that I am a Leo rising, and I've always felt like a Leo. It's funny. So here we go, we're going to do one more. So you can check out the readings for any sign, just if you know people in that sign, or you can also use your rising sign and listen to the readings for your rising sign as well, because they can resonate as well. One last one. I like to listen to different signs all the time. I find it entertaining, but maybe it's because I enjoy doing the tarot. And I do like astrology as well. But anyways, if you are not a Capricorn or a Taurus or a Virgo, but your rising sign is, this might resonate for you too. So just look out for those as well. All right, so we have Capricorn. You've got the Five of Pentacles, the Star, and you've got the Magician. All right, So we've got something going on here, and it looks like this is about self-love. It is about finding the best person you can be for the month of June. And from the looks of the cards, I can see that you are possibly in a situation where there are children involved. You do have the children card. And you are figuring out whether you are going to be in a relationship that you're currently in with your partner or the family, or not the family, the kids. Like if your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or girlfriend and you have kids together, it is more about identifying with who you are within that relationship. And I feel that it is possibly a relationship that you're going to be kind of moving out of. Maybe things aren't going well. Maybe it's something that you have discussed. You know, are we doing this for the kids? Are we staying together because it's more convenient? But I feel by the look of the cards, and of course this is not every Capricorn, but if it resonates with you, it resonates, that you are going to be making a decision based on what is the best thing for the children, but how you can be the person you need to be for that child, for the children. Because even though you know, we always think what's the best thing for the child, the best thing for the child, but sometimes you do need to look at to see what is the best thing for you as well. Because if you are not happy and growing as a person, and you are not loving yourself where you are in your life as far as the decisions you're making and the things that you're doing in your life, it is very hard to be a great parent. And I feel that that's the love for June 2020 that is happening at the moment for some of Capricorns out there, because there are children involved. This card looks like a card of misery, but really it's not a card of misery. It is conditions that you are in, but you see the stained glass here that has the 5 of Pentacles that gives you hope, light at the end of the tunnel. There is something better for you out there. There is a better decision for you out there. You just need to know where to look, and you will find yourself coming out of whatever problem that you're in. And the star, I love the spread for you actually. I think this is an excellent spread for you to have if you are in a position where you're trying to evaluate a relationship because of kids. The star is a beautiful card as well. It's a major arcana card, so it's a very significant card because it's a huge theme versus a detail in your life that you're looking at. You want to find the best person you can be and the best you can be. And to do that, you need to look at at your potential and what's out there for you. The star is the first of 3 very important cards in the major arcana. It is the beginning of finding yourself. Then you go through the moon stage, which is the next card, and then that's when you can reach the final stage, which is the sun. People read tarot differently. I hold those 3 cards together in it's a sequence of events in becoming the best you can be. This is the first step. And in order for you to find your star, you need to know what you want and who you want to be. You need to decide what version of yourself you want to come forward. And from there, it takes work. The moon card takes it talks of, you know, if you get the moon card, it's all about the work you put in, shedding the skin that you don't want anymore. And you know, of course, you're here, you're at the star, so this is finding who you want to be and making it a goal. Next, you have the Magician, another major arcana card. The Magician is the first card of the major arcana. It is the beginning, but the Magician always, to me, it is, I love this card. It really signifies that you have everything you need at your disposal to make the decisions in life that you need to make. You've got the mental capacity to make good decisions. You've got, that's the air, which is the sword. You've got the cup, you've got the love, you've got the emotions that you need to have. You have the pentacle, you've got the resources, the material resources, whether it's money, comfort, a home, or the ability to create a home. Okay. And you also have the wand, which is the fire, the passion, and the creativity part of who you are as a person. So you are a person, Capricorn, that is fully capable of being the person that you want to be. You've got all the tools to become the star that you are and to make the decisions that you need to make in order to create a home for your children. And the love, again, this is love 2020, but it's for Capricorns. I am not getting a romantic love coming. I am getting self-love. I'm going to pull a clarifying card. And you have the Seven of Swords. This is, again, another thinking card. It is taking away what is not relevant in your life, what is not good in your life. It shows here a man, and you know, the way I normally interpret this card is someone that's being a little deceptive, but it could also be that you are taking away things that no longer serve you. You are leaving behind a little bit, you know, the two swords that are staying behind, but you are going to take away things that don't need to be there. And in this case, you are probably going to take away a relationship that doesn't need to be happening because it's not serving a good purpose in the life of your children or in your family. And, you know, I am not a big advocate for, you know, splitting up a family, but sometimes it's just a better environment that you need to provide. And it looks like that is the basis for some of you Capricorns right now, is trying to make a decision because you need to find your self-love. You need to find yourself in order to be able to provide, you know, good parenting skills for your kids as well. So Capricorns, I am seeing a search for self-love for the month of June 2020, and it is for the best of your children and your family. So I hope it resonates with some Capricorns. If you are in a situation where you're feeling that you need to make a decision, just know that you have total capability to make good decisions and to be the type of parent that your children deserve. But you need to love yourself first, and self-love to me is very important when you're trying to love other people. All right, so Capricorns, I hope that resonates with some of you. If it doesn't, then obviously this reading wasn't meant for you. The next is, I'm going to move into Taurus right now. Let go of control issues. Allow this to unfold naturally. Taurus, let's see what is going on with you for your love reading for June 2020. Control issues. Are we being possessive? I'm a Taurus. The only, you know, I completely disagree with this possessive part of the Taurus, at least for me. And that's why I said, like, I'm a Leo rising. So I always felt that I was a little out of place when I was reading a lot of the Taurus traits. I am very not possessive, and that's the one part of the traits that kind of bugged me because it's a huge part of Taurus's trait. But I have figured out that I can be possessive of my daughter. So there you go. I'm not possessive of other people or things. I'm definitely not possessive about things, or people either. But I did come to the realization that my possessiveness came when my daughter was young. I was very possessive of her. All right. So anyways, Taurus, are you being possessive? What control issues are we working on? Are you trying to find love, push love, make a relationship work? Let's find out. One more. All right. Let's see what you got. The Chariot. Oh, you are trying to work something. You are trying to make something happen. All right. Love the Chariot. Major Arcana card. You got the Death card. All right. Card number 13. Death, changes, rebirths, changes. All right. There is something that you want to change, or you're trying to make something go a certain direction. So let's find out some more. And you have all Major Arcana cards, Taurus. This is definitely like a very strong message for you. So it looks, I'm going to pull the clarifying card right now, immediately, right off the bat. I'm pulling it. Oh, the devil. What is going on, Taurus? These are some pretty intense cards, Taurus. Seriously intense cards. Let me move them over so you can see all of this. Is some seriously intense cards. Okay, so it looks to me like you're trying to be the person that is calling the shots in your relationship, but I can see why, Taurus. There is something that you are not liking in your relationship, and you're trying to get the person to change. And I am seeing that from the clarifying card. You are taking the reins. You acknowledge the fact that there are some things that need to change and you need to go a different route. You are seeing happiness in your forecast as far as love goes. But you also acknowledge that whatever is happening in your relationship, the person that you are in love with has something that they need to change. Or, because roles can be reversed, in order for you to find happiness, you're going to have to change. You are trying to control a situation to find the happiness that you want, but you are not acknowledging something about yourself that you need to change. Okay, Taurus. So if things are not moving in the direction that you want, if you are not seeing the changes in the relationship that you feel need to happen in order for you to be happy, you may need to look at yourself instead and figure out what it is that you're doing that is causing this shift of unhappiness. Not the shift of unhappiness, but what is keeping you from being able to move forward in the relationship. So I feel that for June 2020, Taurus, you need to find the one thing in the relationship that is not working. And, you know, as much as you're trying to manipulate, yes, because I do see manipulation here, okay? And this card here is control issues for a reason, okay? Let things unfold naturally. It could just be simply that you're being very, very controlling in the relationship. And unless you let that go, and unless you change your ways or change the way you approach things in the relationship, you will not find the happiness that you are looking for. Now, very important. This doesn't seem to be a hopeless situation. It doesn't mean that your relationship is over or that the person has had enough and they're sick of it. It just means that if you don't let go of the potential issues or your control issues or whatever it is that you're doing, maybe you're being extremely jealous, you need to stop that, okay? Before it turns into a situation where this person in the relationship is going to get sick of it and walk away. Now, as I started my reading, I said that this you are trying to change things because you want to move forward. You're trying to get things to go a certain way because you want to be happy. Because the other person has issues. It could be either way. It could be yourself or it could be the other person that has the issues. But for some reason, the more I read it, the more I'm feeling the cards and the more I'm like just talking about it, I feel that, Taurus, there is something you need to do. It may not so much be the other person, although it could be. I'm getting more of a feeling it's more of a you thing. And the control issues, maybe you're being very jealous about something that you have no need to be jealous. Maybe you're trying to make your mate do things that, you know, it's not in their nature to do. Maybe you're trying to take control of their lives, or it could be something as simple as being pushy about taking your relationship into a next stage, and the other person is hesitant and you're being controlling or you're being jealous. Stop that. So to me, these are all major arcana cards, and that is huge. Like, it doesn't happen very often, But we definitely have moving forward, changing directions. We have things need to change. We need a rebirth. Happiness is at stake. Total happiness is at stake. And somebody has, I don't know how to word this, but somebody has something they're doing that needs to stop immediately. This is the potential to ruin a relationship. The Devil card represents addictions. It represents things that you're doing that are really bad. It's personality traits that can be lust, maybe sleeping around too much or whatever. I don't think that's what you're doing, Taurus, but if you are, then obviously you need to knock it off. But anything that is not good, that needs to stop. And there are things that need to stop. So Taurus, look within yourself this month of June and figure out, if you can't get things to go the way you want them to go, you need to let go of it. But you also have to self-reflect and figure out what it is that you need to give up in order for you to have your sunshine. Because you know what? Sunshine is there. It's definitely a part of your life. And it's a major arcana. All these are major arcanas. Take it as a warning. All right, Taurus. Hope it resonates. Hope it helps. I will put this one back. And my next group are my Virgos. So Virgos, let's see what you have. You have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Is it you or is it the other person? Who is being deceptive? Let's find out. Now, Virgos are very, very deep thinkers. They analyze things to death. So my ex-husband was a Virgo, but I was married very young, and I didn't notice him as being a deep thinker or overanalyzing anything. I just remember having a lot of fun. We were both so young. That's my daughter's father, so she probably knows him a little bit better than I do, but I'm pretty sure she would say he's not deep thinker. Anyway, so Virgo, let's find out who is deceiving who. Let's do 2 more, Virgo. Also, I know I've mentioned this a few times. I am a Sun, Moon, Taurus, but I've never really felt like a Taurus. I've always felt like a Leo, and I found out I was a Leo rising. So now I like to listen to tarot readings as well, or horoscopes for Leo and Taurus, because sometimes I find that I resonate more with the Leo with some horoscope readings, and sometimes it's very strongly Taurus. So if you want to check out my other signs, go ahead and do that if you know your rising sign. All right, I know I said I was going to do 2 more, but I started talking. So here we go. Virgos, are you ready? We got the Queen of Cups, emotional, very lovely lady. The Tower. All right, something's going to shake out. Kind of pretty telling to have the Deception card in the Tower. Something's going to come up. So love, shaking up of your home and your tower. And the Hanged Man, seeing things from a new perspective. You have 2 major arcana cards back to back. And it looks like in your love life there is some deception going on. And it looks like for the month of June, you are going to come to a realization that all is not perfect. It is going to take a little effort on your part to decide how to navigate the situation. And the Hanged Man is a card that indicates, if you look at the light, he's hanging upside down. Usually, if you're hanging, you usually think like, oh no, they're not in a good situation. But this is the person that looks like they hanged themselves because they are trying to find a solution by way of looking at things in a different perspective. He seems to be pretty happy, and he's taking things in, and he's trying to decide, what am I going to do? So there are more than one viewpoints in a situation, and he's trying to get different viewpoints. So whatever is happening in your relationship, there's going to be a shakeup, and it's going to take a lot of thought. And Virgo, you are a very thoughtful sign, and you are definitely going to take the time to reflect and think what to do. Now, Tower is always a scary card to see come out in a reading, but the Tower is also like any type, like even the moon, when the moon comes out, sometimes you need that to happen for you to make a decision about something or get out of something or start something new. Sometimes it takes a shakeup to make you really realize what's going on around you. And the Queen of Cups is your lady love or your male love. And again, you know, I've mentioned this before, it's energy, not necessarily exactly a gender. But sometimes a gender is more important because this is more about feelings of love and nurturing and emotions. You know, the Queen of Cups is a little more emotional than the King of Cups, even though he's pretty emotional as well. So this is more reflecting on the way you feel inside versus showing your feelings on the outside the way the King does. So if you're a male or female, it doesn't matter, but this is more of the emotions that you're feeling in your heart and the things that you think about. But it definitely looks like there is someone deceiving someone. And I'm thinking, Virgo, that it is you that might be being deceived a little bit. But let's pull a clarifying card and find out, because this could literally be you doing the deceiving somehow as well. So, all right. I just mentioned the Moon card. The Moon card, like I said, is putting light or illuminating things in your life that are currently in the dark, that things that are happening that you don't know are there. And I always like to think of the moon like, let's say you're going for a walk somewhere in the wilderness and it's dark out and you can only hear things and you think you hear noise and you turn around. But the moonlight can illuminate something very scary that you cannot see even with your eyes open because it's dark. So the moon brings out secrets, and the moon brings out ideas and thoughts and problems that you need to deal with. So you are definitely looking at some type of deception that needs to be taken care of, and they need to come into light, and it's going to shake up your home a little bit. So you definitely need to pay attention to little things that don't seem right, and you need to put a little thought into what you're going to do about it. Okay, Virgos. And the Hanged Man, I feel, is the perfect card for advice in this case, because you need to look at the different perspectives. And again, the shakeout that you're going to receive is your feelings of being jolted into like realization of something. But again, you know, the moon is shining light on things that aren't right, things that you need to take care of. But it also can bring, once you do the investigation and you're thinking, you might realize that things aren't, where's the Hanged Man? The things aren't as bad as you initially thought. Once you look at it from a different perspective, you may think, oh, well, that looked to be like this, but it's not. So you need to have conversations with your partner as well. Because again, as much as it's going to shake you up, things are not always as they seem. So you could be thinking something is going on, but it truly is not. So my overall feel of these cards, even though they, you know, some of them seem to be like, whoa, that's a lot to work with. It just means get to know your partner, and conversations are strongly needed. Things need to happen. You need to have these conversations with your partner, because you could find out something bad's going on, someone's being deceptive, but it could end up that it's not really what you think. So have these conversations, put yourself in a position where you're open to see things in a different perspective, listen to your partner, listen to what they're saying. that's the only way to get clarity. All right, Virgo, so I hope this resonates. I know that my readings don't always resonate with everybody, but if it does resonate with you, please give me a thumbs up, like, and please subscribe to my channel. I am just getting started, and I can use all the support that I can. Again, I've been doing tarot for almost 30 years now, and I am hoping to put out as many videos as I possibly can do, and keep my full-time job. All right, well, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.